And here we are with King Sax himself.
How you doing?
Yay!
Thank you so much for having me. Thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. You were my first ever interview in India. So
oh my God, we
much.
are really honored to do that. And we're so
well.
excited. We're so excited to meet you.
I'm excited to do this. Thank you so much for coming and being a part of this. I really appreciate it.
Oh, lovely. So let's just get going and let's know a little bit more about who really King Sax is. So tell me, King, what is your story like? How did you start playing saxophone and why exactly saxophone?
So I started when I was in elementary school. The older kids were able to play. I wasn't able to play yet. I was in 4th grade. You couldn't play until you were 5th grade. So what they would do, they would send the band to the younger kids to kind of recruit us. And they played a song. I saw one kid playing the saxophone. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. I went home and I begged my parents to play it and they let me play it. And 20 years later, here I am. So.
Yay, that is so cool. But what really keeps you motivated? Like, I'm sure there are some slump times, where you don't really have it, but then what keeps you going? What keeps you motivated?
Well, first of all, I just love music. It's something I wake up thinking about. It's something I go to sleep thinking about. And the second thing is just I've seen what music can do for people. I've seen how it can make people happy, how it can make people feel good. Not to dampen the mood, but I wear these beads all the time because I did a show in Vancouver.
Tell me more story about it. What is it?
So a guy came up to me after the show. Well, the next day he sought me out and he said that he was going through a rough time and my music inspired him and gave him hope. So he went home and he made these from scratch and gave them to me. So this is like a reminder of why I do this. My favorite quote is, music touches the soul where words can't reach. So I just try and take that approach every single time when I play. So that's what keeps me motivated and keep me going.
Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. Now let's just move on to some real fun rapid fire questions.
Let's do it.
Okay. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Are you really ready for it?
Let's do it. I'm ready. I've been born ready. Let's do it.
Okay, tell me one saxophone player who inspires you the most.
Grover Washington Jr. We have to share the same last name. He's the first saxophonist I actually remember hearing play, and he just had such a soulful sound, and he really incorporated jazz with modern tunes at the time. He was the first saxophonist I heard do that. So he's a saxophonist outside of the kid I met at school that really inspired me. So Grover Washington Jr., rest in peace.
Lovely. Jazz, classic, or pop? Your preferred genre to play?
Oh man, that's hard because I love all three of them. I studied all three of them in college. If I had to pick one.
You had to pick one.
Okay,
Quick,
okay.
Oh,
Pop.
Pop, perfect. I love that too. The first song you ever played on the saxophone. I'm not talking about the learning one, but then the one that you
first song ever was "Eye of the Tiger."
Oh,
Eye of the Tiger.
lovely.
From the Rocky movie. Yeah.
That's just brilliant. Do you practice in the morning or in the night?
More so now, especially because I'm traveling so much, and we're traveling so much. Usually in the morning time, it's more night. I don't get as much time being on the road as I used to. So usually I get a quick warm up in or quick practice in like right before sound check it right when I get to the venue. So now it's more in the evening time.
More in the evening. More in the evening. And a dream venue you would love to perform at?
Madison Square Garden in New York City. That's one.
Hail down! Yay!
That's probably a huge one because all the greats have played there, and I want to be one of the greats. So hopefully I'll be there soon.
You're there on the road to that. I'm sure we'll be seeing you playing there very soon.
Thank you so much. I'll receive it. Thank you.
Reed or mouthpiece? What's more important to get it right?
Both of them are important. If I had to pick one, probably the mouthpiece. It's funny, I'm teaching a student right now, and he has a beginner mouthpiece, the real basic mouthpiece, and certain notes won't come out right. And I remember the first time I got my new mouthpiece, like my more professional mouthpiece, it's night and day. Reeds are important, but mouthpiece, I'd say mouthpiece, definitely.
Perfect. Your go-to warm-up routine, like what do you really do? Like, do you do the crazy thing?
Nah, I don't do anything crazy. I keep it real simple and
like
boring.
Something?
Nah, I stay away from the blah, blah, blah. I keep it real simple. It's just scales and arpeggios. So do, re, mi, fa, sol, mi, fa, re, do, mi, sol, mi, do, like that. Really simple. Just go through all my scales and just like that. Real simple.
Okay, your favorite collaboration, solo or with a band?
I always love playing with the band better. It's cool. You have more people out there. You get to have fun with your friends and really create something special. It's cool when you do it by yourself, but when you have other people pitching into an idea and creating an idea, it's endless where you can go. So band.
Absolutely.
Band.
Yeah. But then we love seeing and we just love hearing him solo. You should go and listen to his pieces. They are just brilliant. And we're going to see that tonight as well.
Yes.
Biggest challenge when learning the saxophone? If you had any. I'm not sure if you had any because you had good intent to learn it.
Yeah, so quick little backstory. When I first started the saxophone, I was really bad. I mean, everybody's really bad.
No, I can't believe
I was the worst one in the class. So bad that the teacher would have to stop the class just to work with me. And all the kids would get so mad at me. I remember one day, I used to let all the kids pack up and leave first because I didn't want them to tease me. So one day I thought everybody left. What they were really doing was hiding behind a door, and they jumped out and they said, "You suck," and they just teased me.
God.
So I felt so bad. I went home and I practiced my butt off. The next week in class, the teacher called on me to play a piece. Everybody thought I was going to do bad, but it ended up sounding pretty good. And the teacher was surprised. So he said, "Play another piece." And I played the other piece, and that sounded good. And then he was like, "Play one more just to make sure it was real." And I played and ever since then, I was pretty good. So those just beginning challenges of really getting comfortable and really using my air and my tone and support, that was pretty hard. But once I got it, watch out.
Woo! Do you name your saxophone? If yes,
I do. Her name is Charmaine.
That's a beautiful name.
Her name is Charmaine.
Lovely. Sheet music or improv? What's more fun?
Improv, definitely. Because sheet music, you have to stick to what's on the improv. You can, like I said, there's no limit to what you can do. The creativeness is way more prominent versus sheet music. You can be creative with sheet music if you know what you're doing, but you have to stick to those notes versus improv. Like, especially, when I'm on stage, a lot of stuff just comes to me last minute. I just go for it and see what happens. So it's a lot more fun, a lot more adventurous.
Yeah, sure. What's always in your saxophone kit bag? We are done with seeing what's in the purse. We want to know what is in your kit now.
The basics, the saxophone stuff. I always keep a nice perfume on me because I need to be smelling good. Some water because I need to stay hydrated. And a charger for my phone because I got to stay connected. So those are the three things.
That's decent. That's good. Which scale to practice?
Favorite scale. That's a good one. I like diminished scales and I like minor scales and I like arpeggios. I like arpeggios the best because they outline the scale and it has a cool little effect to it. So yeah.
Are we going to listen something on that notes tonight?
Yeah, you're going to hear some stuff. You're going to hear a lot of
Brilliant. Really looking forward to that then. The loudest song you have ever played?
The loudest song I've ever played? That's a good one. I don't know.
The loudest one ever.
The loudest one. Like as far as the crowd was loud or the music was loud? Like what do you mean by like the loudest one?
Maybe let's say where the crowd was the loudest.
Where the crowd was the loudest? Let's see. It's a song I'm probably going to play tonight. I do this thing, right? So I've been working on holding notes for a really, really long time. And when I do it and I hold it for a certain amount of time, the crowd goes, wow, like, oh my gosh, how is he doing that? And they just go crazy. So that's probably when I hold those high notes and I hold it for a long time and I'm really into it, the crowd goes crazy. That's probably the loudest I've ever heard an arena when I perform. So.
That really does the trick. That really does the trick.
Yeah, works every time.
I'm sure. Okay, I have the last question for you. If not saxophone, which instrument would you play?
That's a really good question. Oh, that's a really
Would
good
you
one.
playing any instrument for that matter?
So saxophone's my main. When I was in college, I actually played the sousaphone, which for people who don't know, it's a tuba that goes around your body. I was in the marching band. So I played that in college. That was fun. I played a little bit of clarinet, a little bit of flute, a little bit of piano. But if I wasn't playing saxophone,
well, I can't imagine you with anything else.
Yeah, this is my bread and butter. I think maybe the bass guitar because I'm a sucker for a good bass line. To me, that's like the foundation of a good song, and that's what really keeps the groove moving, the bass. So it'll probably be the bass.
Perfect, perfect, amazing. So tell me, is this your first time in India?
This is my very first time in India. This tour has been my first time, and it's been quite an experience, I'll tell you.
Really?
Yes,
I'm sure. And how do you find the audience, the people?
They are...
Have they been enough hospitality?
Yeah, everybody. That's one thing. Everybody's really, really hospitable. Everybody's I've played in a lot of places, especially on this tour with Maximini, the guy who I'm opening for. We've been to Australia, we've been to Europe, Sweden, Norway, New Zealand, Canada, a lot of places.
Yes, and now you're heading to Vegas?
Vegas,
Yeah.
and then Europe, we're doing like a month or like a 5-6 week tour in Europe starting to begin the year. But India, I think I've gotten by far the most love from India. By far.
We love you
by
too,
far. Thank you, sir. I love you guys too. So it's been amazing just learning, little things about the culture, learning about you guys. You have some of the most beautiful musicians who make the most beautiful music, and just seeing you guys and the way that everybody's embraced me when I perform it, and the messages I've received have been amazing. One thing I did find interesting, a lot of people have told me that this was actually their first time ever hearing or seeing a saxophone in person.
Really?
I didn't know. Yeah, I've heard that saxophone isn't like the huge or the most popular instrument in India, and I didn't know that. So a lot of people say, "Wow, that's my first time even seeing a saxophone," and it was amazing. So that's really special to me that I can be somebody's first experience introducing them to an instrument that I think is the best instrument in the world. So
it is. I mean, it has a different vibe to it. When you hold the saxophone, it just gets you into the groove.
You know why I love the sax, because to me that's the instrument that sounds most like a human voice. I don't think of myself as a saxophonist. I think of myself more as an artist, and the saxophone is my voice. You know what I mean? And when I take that approach,
deep.
and that's the approach that I take on it, which is why I think I'm a little different than other saxophonists, because other saxophonists, don't get me wrong, are amazing, but they're really technical and they're more into the technicality of it. I'm more into the feeling of it. So.
And that's what all we really know, and that's all we really need from the music, right? The music has to come from the heart.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to come from the brain, because the technicalities are in your brain.
Yeah, so it's been I've gotten some great love. I got to meet one of you guys' amazing artists, Anuv Jain. I got to meet him a few days ago, and we chilled and hang out, and he's an amazing guy, and just learning about his writing process and how he approached the music is just phenomenal. I don't want to mispronounce the other guy's name. Vishmal, is that his name? How you pronounce it? Vishmal. Okay, we can edit that out. But yeah, then who's else? What's really interesting to me about India? The traffic here is crazy. But you know what's the craziest thing to me? That it's really busy and everybody's honking and everybody's driving and weaving. I have not seen one accident here. And that's because I know if I was trying to drive here, I'd probably wreck a car every week. But nobody gets into like everybody's a professional driver here. It's amazing.
We have trained ourselves. We've been trained.
That's been the
you would live here. You would learn to drive that.
Yeah, everybody's on it. I'm thinking we're about to get in an accident we never do.
So this is like that. A saying that you have in Japanese, where it's wabi-sabi. It means that finding the calm within the chaos.
Oh, I like that.
There's chaos around, but then still there is some, we have this unspoken rules that, we follow.
Yeah.
We just get through the road.
Yeah, every single time. We always get to where we need to go every single time. So I'm just like, wow, that's crazy. But it's been amazing. The food has been so good. Very
Tell me
spicy.
more about your food.
Yeah,
how was the experience with the food?
Yeah, it's really good. I forgot. I wish I knew the name of the stuff we were eating, but we were at a restaurant in Bangalore after the show, and they just bringing out all this chickens and fish, and it's so spicy. It's so good, but
they
so
were not kind enough
spicy.
to you.
I held back my tears, but it was, oh man, and everybody else on the table was just going for it, and I'm trying to keep up. But it's one dish that was interesting. It's like rice, and they pour like chicken over it, and you actually eat it with your hands. I don't know the name of it.
That's biryani.
Yeah, biryani is what it's called? Yeah, so I'm about to, dig in with a spoon. They're like, no, you gotta, your hand is your spoon. So I'm like, oh, really? That's what we're doing. So that was fun, though. It was fun eating it like that.
Did you really eat with
Yeah, I ate the whole thing with my hands.
Wonderful. So, now you are getting in the groove with us.
Yeah, I'm trying to lock it in. So, yeah, it's been fun. It's been probably the most fun I've had on tour by far. India's a special place. And I really look forward to coming back very soon.
And we really hope that you come back.
Oh, definitely. I'll be back for sure. Like, you guys can hear it. I will be back very soon.
Perfect. Amazing. That was it from us, and that was it from King Sax.